I'm Dorothy Godin, broker through Max Crown Realty, and welcome to Thursday Thoughts. Well, the Sudbury Spring Market is booming, and we're doing very well. The average sale price a year to date is up about 10%. Volume is still down. I mean, we still doing pretty good in residential sales within the city of Greater Sudbury. We've had 618 residential sales, but that's a little bit lower than last year. But average sale price is still up there and hovering in that 510, depending on what market you're looking at. So I wanted to take a minute to talk about moving through the summer and thinking about children. So I often hear people say, we want to make a move and we want to make a move before the kids start school, but we don't want to move until after the school year is finished. And that's fair. People don't want to disrupt their kids, but there's another perspective. Sometimes I think moving the kids during the school year. So I know the school year ends at the end of June. And if you had a closing or an opportunity to move your kids into their new neighborhood and new school, at the beginning of June or in the middle of June, um, it would give them an opportunity to make new friends and know their environment so that when September comes, they won't be going in totally blind into a new situation. So I think there's something to be said. I know it's hard. They don't want to leave their friends. They don't want to leave the school that they know. But if you do it well, if you make the move while they're in the middle of the school year, I think it'll make for an easier summer where they've made some friendships. But I know that's not always feasible. And, we're almost at the end of May. So getting middle of June closings are pretty hard to come by right now. So, in all likelihood, if you have children, you are going to be moving during the summer months and hopefully settled in before school starts. So, if that's your story and you are going to be moving and your kids are going into a new neighborhood, there's some great things you can do. You can make arrangements to tour the new school and see their principal and talk to their teacher, so that if you do that before the summer actually starts, then at least they won't be going into their new school, not knowing anything about their environment. And then I think it's important in the summer is to get your kids involved in the community, get them to events where they'll meet other children. Maybe they go to soccer, maybe they go to baseball. Maybe you just, like I say, go to community events so you can start meeting the neighbors. And hopefully during the summer, they'll, find some new friends. And again, the starting a new school in September won't be so difficult. I know when we moved to Azilda, our closing date on our house wasn't until October. So the school year started and we still lived out in Long Lake on Moxham Landing. And so we chose to, rather than have our daughter start school in Lively and then transition a month later into the Azilda school, we chose to drive her to her new school in Azilda every day. So every day I was driving her to school and then picking her up. Was it inconvenient? Yes, it sure was. But was it beneficial? Absolutely. It was worth the inconvenience to have her settled in her new school and not have to move after a month. So, you want to keep kids in mind for sure. But I do think that kids are very resilient, and whatever you choose to do for your family, kids are going to be okay. They make friends, I think, a lot easier than we adults do. So so far this month, 70% of the sales have been at or above list price, and we have 1 month of inventory. So again, driving our market here in Sudbury is the lack of inventory. And it's just, people are staying put because they have nowhere to go. They want to upsize or downsize, and they're just not finding what they want. So it's an all round frustrating market. The only positive thing I can say is that average sale price is maintaining itself, and it's actually, as I say, 10% higher, which is, not good for buyers, but certainly sellers are reaping the rewards. I'm doing lots of work with seniors, and I'm just reminding you that when you're working with seniors, things take time. Purging takes time. Getting the house ready takes time. We just dealt with a property where we had three outbuildings that were full, after 40 years of living in a house. they just have a lot of stuff, so it does take time to prep that house to come to market. So if you are a senior or you're dealing with seniors, do allow time to purge and get rid of things before you think about putting your house on the market. As always, you can reach me at Dorothy Godin at remax.net or 705-561-2360. Have a great week.